sleep on a bandwagon. Done been through that hellfire. Came out lethal like a red dragon. Same old rapper with the same old flows. Color dreads with the pants sagging. Got that fame, but you sold your soul. You a warlock, I'm the dark assassin. Said thick stacks, mode change. Big bags, faux chains. Get that money, said big facts, no gains. Big stats, mo fame. We backs done, said big names. On stage, big trap, no shame. Going and running that big check. My name, sign that, mo rain. Come back home and just come up, hey. Let's be with that drama. Saw that fatty mama, ayy. Told her I don't wanna, ayy. Come up, ayy. Miss me with that drama, ayy. Saw that fatty mama, ayy. Told her I don't wanna, ayy.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
What will your world be without me?
Go to the fucking gym.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing, 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 testicles, testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 29 Hundo and 86 of the Daily Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in that realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, bustas, hustles, and your hoes? It's your boy Papa Swole, back with another episode, and today's episode of the Beastcast is brought to you as powered, is sponsored by Everson K2, flexing on all you be shares. Well, Tainty Man, welcome to an evening cast of Swole After Dark. Had a little issues getting the audio set up for tonight's show, so we are going to jump right into it. It's a late Swole After Dark, hashtag Swole After Dark for a chance to win today's Swole card. We are going to jump right into the tips, so hit the like button, subscribe, share the show, and let's get into the episode. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. First Swole fam post of the day is from Aletta. Morning fam, I'm back in the mix and trying to stay this time. If I had $1 for every time I've fallen off that wagon and climbed back on, restarting the entire program back at step 1. However, I'm also going through perimenopause. To the ladies who have experienced this or are currently experiencing this, what tips or tricks work for you? What didn't? Really struggling right now, and it makes for very challenging days. Aletta, go back to the drawing board with your nutrition. I'm not sure what program you are starting with. I'm assuming maybe the 90-day dash, but thanks for sharing. Thanks for being here. Stoked to have you back, and let's get after it. Some gorillas for Aletta. Welcome back into the fam. Leslie says, staying accountable as per the earlier meeting. Got my arm day in tonight after putting the wildling to sleep. Making some gains. Smiling and flexing. We like that. We got a post here from Jen. This is an accountability text, and this is from Jen, and this is from the accountability text I send out every single Sunday. Jen says, lack of sleep has been my worst enemy lately, but this week I really focused on getting to bed at a decent time and putting my phone down. I had the weekend off too, and I took advantage and slept in Saturday and today. My daughter and I got all of our workouts done as well. We went around my work schedule, but we finished up week 3 of the 90-day dash strong. Hell, I was even able to get a nap in yesterday, which was freaking amazing. Minus the 4th of July, I went to bed at a pretty decent time all week and put my phone down immediately after hitting the pillow, and it was so refreshing just to instantly knock out after laying down. I'm still tired, but I know that's just from the 1,000,001 mom jobs and tasks I have to get done. I worked at my own pace and got a lot of my tasks done as well, which makes me feel so accomplished. This week, I will be more strict with my bedtime, and I'll continue to work on my quality of sleep. No reaching for the phone at all once I lay down. All my alarms are ahead of time or set ahead of time, so I have no excuse to get distracted once my head hits the pillow. Good shit. Is someone saying that the audio is delayed? It's 100% on my end. That wasn't the audio problem. So you shouldn't have any audio delay. If it is, maybe it's Telegram, because that's not on my end. So if you're having an audio delay, that's not me, and that actually wasn't the issue that I was having. So anyway, hopefully you can hear the show okay. We are pushing forward. So let's get into a couple emails. Not wasting any time. Don't be a sheep. Sent out this email. Go to makeemailswoleagain.com and get on the email list. Links in the description down below. Anthony says, hey, Papa Swole, I'm training to do a 10K obstacle course in October and resisting it so much. Training in general, as I'm on a project here in India, and I've had to adapt my routine a lot, which I know is actually healthy as it's testing my commitment. What you said about the more valuable the path, the more challenging it is, was really helpful. Appreciate your Instagram content so much. It often kicks me in the butt to go to the fucking gym. Thank you again. You're very welcome, Anthony. You are very welcome. And according to the Telegram chat, everyone on Rumble, everyone's saying it's fine. So maybe it's just Telegram. But Rumble's good. YouTube is good. Aaron responding to the Don't Be a Sheep email. There is no elevator to success. I overslept through my alarm and woke with 10 minutes to get to the gym. I did it. It wasn't my best, but I did it, probably because I could hear you saying, go to the gym.
Hi, puppy.
Well, that's excellent. All right, fam, let's move right along. Let's get into some knowledge cock. If you got questions, let's get into it. Yeah, we're keeping the show short tonight. We might actually not have a balls deep portion, maybe do one video, but we're going to move right into some questions because it's a late show. And like I said, there were some issues getting it started. There were some issues with like my stream decks or something where I couldn't hear the audio. So a little bit of a bummer. We started it up and then I had to restart the computer like 3 times. So I was pissed. Let's get into some questions. We got some good ones from Instagram.
What's in the box?
Doomslayer 20222. Papa Swole, is 5 reps enough for muscle growth? So the answer is yes and no. The reason why I say yes and no is it depends on what that 5 reps is. If I pick up 10-pound dumbbells and do 5 reps, it's not going to be enough for muscle growth. So if that 5 reps is close to failure, if that 5 reps is maybe within 1 or 2 reps of failure, yeah, that's going to be enough for muscle growth. I usually do about 5 reps. I usually aim for about 5 or 6 reps. Usually 5 reps. If my repetitions get towards, for most exercises, if my reps get towards 7 or 8, I'm increasing the weight so I can do heavier weight and less reps so I can minimize my fatigue. So there's nothing wrong with doing a 4 rep set with maybe 1 in the tank, or 5 reps with 1 in the tank, meaning you could have done a 6-1 maybe, or 6 reps and leaving 1 in the tank. So the more you train to failure, to absolute failure where you can complete another rep, the more failure you do, the more fatigue you're going to incur. So you can easily overtrain and under recover, however you want to say it. I usually say overtraining because most people understand overtraining, but it's really under recovery. You are not really overtrained. There really is no overtraining in the sense that it depends on the individual, depends on your work capacity, depends on what you're able to recover from. So you want to make sure that your program is revolved around recovery. So 5 reps is definitely enough. But that 5 reps better be either a 0 RIR, meaning you wouldn't be able to do another rep if you tried, or maybe you had 1 in the tank, maybe 2 in the tank. But really, for me, I like to go with like a 0 to 1. I don't usually leave 2 in the tank. I think that's too vague. I never really know if I could do 2 more. 1 more I could do. 1 more I know, okay, that last one was so hard, maybe I had 1 more. So it's usually for me a 0 to 1, because maybe you fail on that rep, which would be a failure rep. So anyway, 5 reps is definitely enough for growth, and I actually recommend it. So 5 to 8 is usually my range. So if my repetitions get more towards 7 or 8, I'm increasing the weight and bringing it back down to like 4 or 5. 4 is even great too. All right, Patrick Papa Swole, I've been going to the gym 6 times a week. Is too much? Question mark. Should I be resting 2 days? Question mark. Question mark. So many questions. 6 times a week. It depends on what you're doing in those 6 days. I don't train 6 days in a week. So if that gives you some context, you don't, that very likely it's too much, especially if you're a natural lifter. So if you're going 6 times a week, one, you're not training hard enough. You're just not making progress, most likely. It's going to be too much. And or not that you're not necessarily making progress, but you'll make more progress if you have more recovery. So I don't really care how many times a week you're going to the gym. What matters is, are you stimulating growth? Are you making progress? Are you recovering enough? And you'll know if you're recovering enough if you're having proper nutrition, if your weights are increasing, if you're making progress. And what that means is not, oh, I think I'm making progress, or I look fatter in the mirror. Could be body fat. It might not be muscle. You'll know if you're getting stronger, if you see those numbers going up. So that's what's really most important. So 6 times a week is that's exceptionally high. So if you have that kind of frequency, maybe you're just doing very, very little every single day. And also it depends on if you're going to the gym, are you just doing some cardio on some days, something casual, you're doing some yoga, or are you lifting heavy 6 times a week? I definitely don't recommend that. All right. Let's see here. Toxic Latina. That ain't no lie. Papa Swolio, any tips on boosting immune system? Yeah, the number one thing you can do is get better sleep. Get better sleep, get your vitamin D up, get some sunlight, sun on your nips, get some sun on your Latin nips, you know what I'm saying?
Hi, puppy.
You could supplement, but, get your vitamins and minerals in, get some beef liver in you, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, vitamin D is very important. Getting quality sleep, very important. Proper nutrition, getting rid of a lot of those chemicals and artificial products, seed oils, vegetable oils, get your nutrition in order, lifting properly. But sleep is probably the number one thing you could do for your immune system. It's probably the number one thing. I mean, you don't get quality sleep, everything goes to hell. Bridjantiamine. Hold on a second. What is the benefit of this swing exercise that you make almost in every video? Well, I don't think it's almost every video, but the swinging, the club, that's great for mobility. Steel clubs, maces, Persian meals, any of these different wood contraptions. Circular training's fantastic. So it's great for grip strength. It's great for, I wouldn't say necessarily hypertrophy, but it's great for your wrist, elbow, shoulder. It's great for endurance. Great for grip strength. It's great for everything for your joints and your upper body. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Any other questions? Drop it in the comments. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. And of course, if you want to win today's Swole card, Swole After Dark, Tainty Man knocked the fuck out. Knocked out. Look at that. No taint today. No taint today. I know. He's being a gentleman. But the Tainty Man is literally out. And he's a beefy boy. He's been getting super beefy. I think we talked about his growth spurt lately because I started feeding him more. Dog's getting expensive, yo. Started feeding him a little bit more because it looked like he needed to fill out. Oof. You can still sometimes in certain lightings see the outline of his ribs in daylight. And sometimes some shadows, which is unreal, but he looks good. And he still has loose skin. He still has tons of loose skin, extra, and it's not fat skin, it's extra skin that he hasn't grown into yet. So we don't really know. He's about 105. Last time we weighed him a week ago or a few days ago at least, and he's about 105. Looks a little red on his skin. No, he's good. I don't see any red. That's just his belly. Yeah, it's mostly gone. All that stuff, the rash and stuff, that's pretty much all better. But yeah, that was bad. It was bad for a little bit. He got some heat rash. It's so hot down here, but He's been doing good. All right. Let's see here. Sean, whatever. Shanta Nuchamole. How many hours do you gym in a day? Well, I don't lift heavy every day. So if I do train an hour and a half, including like warm up and rest between sets, I take my time. I make sure I get enough recovery between sets. It's very important that you're not lifting for cardio. If you want to do cardio. Don't lift for cardio. All right, let's see. I'm not even going to pronounce that. Areth Nicole. Is it okay if I don't feel swore after a workout? I'm assuming you mean sore. Can't tell if you're trying to say swole. So it's not okay if you don't feel swole after workout. You got to feel swole after workout. Got to feel swole after workout. Is it okay if you don't feel sore after workout? Yes, because being sore is not required for growth. It's a good sign that you hit the target muscle, but being sore does not mean that being sore does not mean that you're growing. Being sore is not required for growth. And actually, if you stick to a certain protocol and certain lifting and you're not doing a lot of junk volume and you're training properly, if you're training properly and you're consistent with the exercises, you're actually not going to be that sore after certain workouts after a while. If you stick with the same workouts, the same protocol, and you just keep on increasing after you get those neurological adaptations, usually after the first few weeks, you're not going to be that sore or as sore if you're doing proper volume and proper recovery. Leike Human Halman. Papa Swolio, should I focus on regular sauna or infrared? I can only go twice a week. I personally like the regular steam sauna. The benefits and the studies and everything are on regular sauna. Infrared, I'm not sure how much of a benefit that is or if it can be an issue because you can, I guess, turn it up a lot higher, this, that, and the other. So it's not as, it might be a little bit of a, you might subject yourself to EMFs. You might subject yourself to maybe higher heat than what you could really handle just because of the infrared. I don't know. I use regular sauna. I would recommend that to anyone. If you're getting a sauna, get a steam sauna if you can. I'm sure infrared is good or has its benefits or pros and cons, but everything that I know in terms of benefits of sauna is regular steam sauna with like the rocks and stuff. So, you know, regular heater, you could pour water on the rocks and stuff like that. So that's what I would focus on, but that's what I have and that's what I've used. And that's what the studies have shown in terms of the tremendous benefits of sauna. Sauna is fantastic. So I'm not saying I just don't know much about infrared saunas. Let's see. Space Shuttle, Door Gunner. How much of a calorie deficit does a person need for it to be beneficial? Beneficial in what sense? To lose weight? Like to lose just mass? Any calorie deficit, technically. So, I mean, I don't know what that means in terms of beneficial. Beneficial for what? You don't need much. Just like with growth, people always ask me, can you build muscle without being in a surplus? The answer is yes. Because, I mean, the growth stimulus doesn't necessarily require. You just need to make sure you're getting enough nutrients and you have enough nutrition. So if you have a lot of extra body fat, you can build muscle and lose some fat, and your body's always recomping. You're always using fat and storing fat and building muscle and breaking down muscle. Your body's always using these things and kind of in flux. So you want to make sure you have enough nutrition, and you don't really have to be in like a crazy surplus. You don't have to get fat. So generally, you're going to be eating enough and you'll feel better. You might sleep better. Your joints might feel better. You guys know that if you ever dieted down or tried to lean out, maybe you just feel a little bit tight or sore. You may feel a bit more fatigued if you're in a deficit. So if you're eating enough calories, enough protein, and you're in a slight surplus, it's generally a better, I would say, a physiological state in order for bulking and building muscle. And then you might put on a little bit of extra fat, while you're gaining. That's why I've been doing that for a while. So I've been definitely putting on some size and some fat with the muscle, but I'm definitely building muscle and I feel great. So I'm sticking with it. So it depends on what you mean about beneficial, and it doesn't have to be much. So I would just do maybe a couple 100 calories either way, but that's my point. It's going to differ. It's going to differ for everyone. And if you're seeing the numbers going up, so if I'm doing a weight and I'm doing 100 pounds, for 5 reps, and then that becomes 6 reps. That becomes 7 reps. That becomes 8 reps. And then I go to 110, and that's 5 reps. And then 110 for 6, 110 for 7, 110 for 8 or 9. And then I'm going 120. You're getting those neurological adaptations, the coordination. You're building that kind of neuromuscular coordination. So in the beginning, few weeks of that exercise or that protocol, but after a while, you're going to start adding those contractile proteins and fibers, and your body is going to build muscle. So that's what's going to tell you whether or not you're in the right direction. And that's going to come down to your programming, your training, your intensity, your consistency, your sleep. And that's where that's where the recovery comes into play. Question on Rumble. Don't saunas kill your nuts? No. Who told you that?
What the fuck is that?
Do saunas kill your nuts? What does that mean? Are you talking about like if you put your balls in hot water that your body stops producing sperm? Which is true. That's why your balls hang lower when you're hot. It's because the sperm, in order for your body to produce sperm, it has to be a few degrees cooler than body temperature. That's why your balls, like when you're hotter, your balls will hang down because it needs to get further away from the body to be able to produce sperm. And then when you're colder, they shrivel and they pull up to try to get, to raise temperature. But they don't kill your nuts. My God. It's like, hey, saunas reduce all-cause mortality by 50%, but they kill your nuts. I'd be like, Facebook Marketplace, sauna for sale. They kill your balls. They kill my nuts. No. Stay away from my fucking nuts. Jesus Christ. Ewert Jordan, Papa Solio, best way for truckers to exercise while on the road. Generally, they can't, quote, go to the fucking gym. I mean, I would probably disagree. I think there's a lot of gyms everywhere that you can stop at and train, but you can put bands in your car. You could wrap them. You could anchor them to parts of your truck, put a kettlebell. You could have a mace. You could have a club in the background. You could beat someone with it and you could swing it. You can get on the side of the road, put out a yoga mat and do some yoga. You could do some kettlebell stuff. So you could bring stuff. You have a lot of room in your cab and you could easily put in like a pair of power blocks, you could put a pair of power blocks and one of those like foam wedges. Like there's some like those foam wedge benches that you can have if you want to do chest pressing, but you could do kettlebell stuff. You could 24-hour gyms, Planet Fitnesses everywhere, LA Fitnesses. But yeah, you could just put some workout equipment in your cab. Depends on what you're trying to do, but man, a yoga mat, side of the road, bruh. You see videos of people doing it all the time at truck stops, like guys that are like recording themselves on TikTok, lifting. Squeeze your butt cheeks together. Yeah. Doing some yoga would definitely help tremendously. All right. Any other questions? Let's see. YouTube, do your muscles grow back after atrophy? If you stimulate them to grow again, sure. You don't have to think of it as muscle memory, but your body is going to adapt to the stress you put on it. So if you lift for a long time, cool. If you stop lifting, your body's not going to maintain the muscle in the same way. Doesn't mean you're going to lose all of it, but you'll definitely lose those adaptations. Now, studies do show that if you lift heavier, if you go heavier with like lower reps, like we're talking about 5, 6 reps, you will keep your muscle longer, which makes sense why you have people that are power lifters and strongman type stuff. Like they just stay big even when they stop training as much. They maintain their muscle mass longer. So something to think about. But yeah, if your muscles atrophy, they atrophy because you're not training them, whether you broke your leg or whatever it is. So, all right, fam, balls deep. Any other questions? There you have it.
That's deep.
All right, moving right along. We do have Swole After Dark, and I will say we're balls deep now. That spent all day, pretty much every day. So, I'm going to try to keep on being consistent. I don't have to try to be consistent. That's what we do here. But working on the app, so very excited for the app. It's coming along. A lot of work left to do, but it's coming along. So that's top priority. The app is top priority. So everything else is secondary until the app gets launched. So if we have to make other adjustments and push things aside and postpone, that's what's going to happen because We're working on that. Number one until it's launched, and then we can think about other things. So super awesome. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be legit. I'm telling you, it's fucking dope. All right. Let's do 2 videos. We'll keep it light. Let's see what we got here. 1 or 2. Pick a number. 1, 2, 1. Let's see. How long are these? Let's do that one. That's okay. 1, 2, or 3. No, 1 or 1 or 2. 1 or 2. I don't want to see her face tonight. We'll do that tomorrow. Annika Skulanda. This one's thin privilege. Oh, I don't want to see her either. All right. Caterpillar face.
What's in the box?
This title is called Thin Privilege.
4 things that it is
Jesus
okay for thin
Christ.
people. 4 things that it is okay for thin people to do, but not people in larger bodies, according to society and thanks to thin privilege. Eat. Ever noticed how on the internet and in real life, people in larger bodies get absolutely trolled for eating? Gain weight. It's quite a trend these days for thin people to be celebrated for gaining weight. However, if anybody in a larger body were to do that, well, God forbid, roll.
This is stupid. If a fat person is eating McDonald's, yeah, they should be like mocked and they should feel shame and they should be like, yo, people should tell them, don't fucking eat that. Fat people have to eat too, but they should be eating good food and going to the fucking gym and working on not being fat. Having body rolls? Well, all right.
God forbid. Rolls. Again, part of the same trend is that people in thin bodies are celebrated for having body rolls, but anybody in a larger body is still trolled.
Thin people? Do thin people have body rolls? Isn't that you're thin? Isn't
There's something about
sweat?
Thin people. Sweat. There's something about thin people when they sweat. It's them
working hard, or it's hot or sexy or whatever.
But anybody in a larger body,
no sweating for you. That's just disgusting.
I don't know what this is. This is completely, I mean, it's all made up nonsense, but thin people sweating is hot and sexy. I don't know. If the person's attractive, is it hot and sexy? A fat person sweating because they're walking up a flight of stairs or sweating because they're just sitting there and they can't breathe and they have like 200 pounds of insulation surrounding them. Yeah, that's gross. You know why it's gross? Is because being fat's not attractive. It's not healthy. It's not good. It's like watching someone, if you go down, was it Kensington Avenue or wherever in Philadelphia, where you have all like the zombie meth heads that are just, I don't like watching a meth addict like shoot up. Or I don't like watching crackheads do drugs. I don't like watching someone who's an alcoholic drink this. It's gross. No one likes that. No one likes someone who's just like, it's just gross. So why would I want to see a morbidly obese person stuffing Taco Bell in their mouth? It's disgusting. Yeah, it's morally reprehensible. It's visually reprehensible. It's fucking gross. If that offends you, I don't know, go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
I mean, God, if you just muted it and put the little subtext over the video, like, please, I haven't gotten fucked in years. Please, I haven't gotten fucked in years. If it just said that, everyone would be like, yeah, it makes sense. That's what she's saying. She's just like, and the reason is probably those eyebrows. All right, we're going to go into Jesus Christ. We're not doing that one. We're doing this one. This one's called Summer Camp. Oh, boy.
I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I'm in full Frankenfurter drag since 7 a.m.
I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I have ducks in my pockets.
I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I feel safe to embrace my autism. I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I'm decked out in rainbow all the time.
We do the photos and videos at Brave Trails.
Of course I'm filming this in selfie mode.
I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I keep Band-Aids in my fanny pack at all times.
I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I know how to facilitate a group circle.
Yeah, I'm really sorry.
I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I flew 5,500 miles just to come to camp.
I work at Camp Brave Trails. Of course I can be my most authentic self here.
Yo, hell exists. Holy
I didn't know they stacked shit that high.
Oh. So that's what we do now? That's what we do. We just send all these. Just send all the trannies and stuff to this, into the woods. Camp Brave Trails. I don't even know what happens there. Like, I would say they're all hooking up, but I don't know. Like, how, like, who does what? How do you figure it out? How do you figure out, like, can you imagine? Can you imagine being in a place like that where you have to literally be Sherlock Holmes to try to figure out what someone is and how you have to refer to them? Can you imagine tiptoeing around that place? You can't address anyone as anything. You have to just kind of like do like spirit fingers all the time or something. I would just walk around with a mask on so people wouldn't see all my, I mean, I don't have microaggressions. I'd be having macroaggressions. Wow. Wow. Let's do what, yeah, we don't want to end on that. That was intense. That was more intense. There's one here that says it's called crayon pronouns, but I'm not going to do that one. We're going to do this one. I heard something about this. This is Whoopi Goldberg on Joe Biden. I heard about this. I didn't see it. So this is actually the first time I'm watching this. Not like she says anything that matters, but we'll close it out with this.
I'm just going to add my 2 cents because I wasn't here on the day that y'all talked about it. I don't care if he's pooped his pants. I don't care if he can't put a sentence together.
I do. Didn't she fart? Didn't she like shit herself on camera a couple times? Wasn't it caught? Didn't that happen like last year or something? Didn't she like fart on camera? Wasn't that a whole thing? So this is a little bit longer, but she's talking about Biden. She doesn't care if the president shits himself. I think that's a concern. You don't think the way the left and the Democrats are trying to like make the he doesn't have to put a sentence together. Are you retarded? I mean, yes. The president of the fucking country doesn't have to be able to speak. That's what you're saying. That's just asinine. You can think whatever you want about Trump. He can talk. And he's cogent. And he's articulate. Like he can speak. He can speak when he wants to. Yeah, he says stupid shit, but Biden literally says nothing. He says nonsense. And he's a horrific human being. But I digress. Let's continue.
Show me he can't do the job, and then I'll say, okay, maybe it's time to go. Now,
Jesus Christ. Yeah, she's stupider than I thought.
You know the thing about a shark,
okay.
He's got
I didn't see this before. Now I see why people
black
make
eye, like a doll's eye.
Show me he can't do the job. Hold on a second. I got to play that again. Hold on a second.
Show me he can't do the job, and then I'll say, okay, maybe it's time to go. Now,
has she... Fam, what's the date today? July 9th, 2024. Show me he can't do the job. Bitch, have you seen what has happened? Have you been paying it? You have not. He's shown you every fucking day. From the moment he got into office and started signing executive orders, from the Afghanistan withdrawal, everything. They hit him in a fucking basement in 2020 because the dude could barely speak. He was half dead. I love how everyone's just figuring out that Joe Biden can't speak. And that's nonsense. Everyone knows. You could see it. If you have 2 fucking eyes and you have a 3-digit IQ, I guess most people don't. Come on. This guy was brain dead. That's why they hit him in a basement. They ran their campaign on anti-Trump and they scammed everyone and they stole the fucking election. We know what happened. Let's go.
he had a bad night the first time that he went out and debated.
I got to keep on pausing this this twat. He had a bad night. That ain't a bad night, bruh. That's average. That's average. Who watches this show? I know we're watching a clip, but who the fuck actually watches this? Seriously. Who watches this? Aside to just roast it and make fun of it. Yeah, he had a cold. Now he was like sundowning. You know someone that has like dementia, an old person? That's why they go to sleep at 5 o'clock. In the morning, okay. In the morning, barely functioning in the morning. In the evening, he doesn't know where the fuck he is. He's dying. He's dying. He's dying, everyone. He's dying. He's a really old man. He's dying. We're all dying, Baba Swolio. I get it. He's like really close to dead.
With Kamala Harris. And everybody wanted him to quit then, say you can't talk to women like this, or you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. He came back, said, you know what, I got it, and gave 4 years. So yeah, I have poopy days all the time. I step in so much poo you can't even imagine.
Did she just say she shits herself? Hold on. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Now I know why this clip is going viral. So, hold on a shit. Wait, what? What? I heard her about saying that. Oh, I don't care. I didn't hear this part.
You know what? I got it. And gave 4 years. So yeah, I have poopy days all the time. I step in so much poo you can't even imagine.
Let me tell you, fam. Any of you have poopy days? Step in shit all the time? I mean, I have 3 dogs, and I rarely, if ever, step in shit. Someone call Amber Heard. Oh.
Now, I'm not running the world.
Oh, God, thank God. Thank God.
I don't know anybody who doesn't step in stuff.
Wait,
but...
Look at the women. Look at the women. Look at the women. Look at the fucking blonde chick. Look at, they're all looking down like, and they're all looking at her like, oh my God. They're just staring at her, watching her just on this unhinged fucking rant. Look at everyone's face, or looking down and just like, you know what's interesting? They hate each other. You know they fucking hate each other. Women do. They fucking hate each other. Especially these types of women. They all hate each other. There's no chance. They all fucking hate each other. I know they've gone at it too. You know they fucking hate each other. You know it. You know they hate the shit out of each other. Okay, let's go. This is actually a good way to end the show. All right, let's make me happy.
I don't know anybody who doesn't step in stuff at some point. So I'm just simply saying.
What is? All right, I'm pausing you again. I don't step in shit. Like I mean, sometimes. She did say sometimes. Okay, I mean, sometimes.
There are 2 debates. And if he can't do what he needs to do for the second debate, I'll join any crew that says get rid of him. But loyalty to me, if you are doing the job, I might not like everything you're doing. I don't like it all. But I'm going to stand behind you like those guys stand behind the guy who should have been the person people were talking about saying, yeah, Biden had a bad day, but this guy couldn't tell the truth if it split his lip.
You talking about Trump? He actually was accurate during that debate. I mean, maybe he said a couple things, but pretty much laid it down. Everyone that's really being objective, I mean, destroyed Biden. It was better for Trump because he couldn't interrupt him. He actually had to be like, just play by their rules, right? So it actually benefited Trump.
But nobody said that, but Anna said that, I believe, or something. She's not quite as colorful as I am. But the question now
Give me a chance.
The question now is, because lots of Democrats are coming out saying, oh, find somebody else. But when we tried to do that with DT, this is my new way of just describing him. When we said, listen, he shouldn't be on the ballot. Everybody said, no. The people chose him. We can't take him off the ballot. Well, I don't understand why anybody thinks it's going to be any easier to take Biden off the ballot.
She's not wrong though. She's not wrong at the end. She's not wrong about the whole. Well, you guys probably heard. Like, I mean, Jon Stewart had an unhinged rant yesterday. My God, these people are so fucking out to lunch. They're so washed up. I mean, they elected Biden in the primary. So yeah, that is a problem. That is a problem. So he's the nominee. What they're going to try to do is find some way to weasel him out or try to pressure him to step down. That way Camel Toe Harris can, I don't know who she's sucking off right now to try to get that closed out. But man, I think that's even more of a disaster. Can you imagine? Kamala Harris? Holy shit, what a fucking disaster. If she's actually the quote nominee, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Yeah, that's the thing. Trump over-exaggerated. What else? Who doesn't over-exaggerate? Biden straight up lies. And he's lied his entire life. The thing is, Trump doesn't lie about like important shit, really. Or he'll be hyperbolic on the cuff, but his actions show otherwise. He's going to be a dictator. He's going to throw everyone in jail. He's a Nazi. You had 4 years and he left. He's not going to leave this time though, but he did. He started an insurrection. He didn't, and it wasn't an insurrection. It wasn't, so he didn't do that either. It's like, what else? They say he's the one lying. Everyone else lies. Michelle Obama. She has no experience whatsoever. I know. I think that's going to be a disaster. I know a lot of people think if Michelle Obama does it, she's going to win overall. You guys think so? I mean, if they steal the election again, if they try to do the mail-in ballots or have like some sort of like bird Ebola fly down from the sky or something like that, drop some nukes and have everyone hunker down and scare people with radiation and stuff. And everyone starts buying iodine and whatever tablets and shit like that for radiation exposure online. It's going to be like, what is it? What's the thing? Some sort of, is it iodine? But it's like some sort of, whatever it's like iodine and toilet paper people are going to be stocking up on. And then everyone's going to mail in their ballots and whatever. You have like 35,000 ballots coming in from Jose. Like, who's Jose? Like, I don't know. Everyone knows Jose. Jose R, Jose P, Jose J, Jose L. Just 45,000 Jose's registered to vote last week. Oh, wow. Wow. We're really drumming up a lot of support, aren't we? All right. Anyway. Yeah, Space Shuttle says, didn't someone point out that Biden lied 54 times during the debate? Sure. Look, I mean, I want someone who's going to be Jose, can you see? Yeah. Yeah, Big Mike. I don't know. I don't know. I'm wondering, though. You ready for this? Here's just a theory. Now, the left, we know the left are racist. The Democrats that are ones that are pushing racial ideology, they're the ones that are racist. It's neo-racism. They're using that for divisiveness, and progressivism. It's just racism. They talk down to black people, anyone who's a minority in this country, their lives have gotten worse. Everyone's life has gotten worse. It's just continuing to patronize and diminish minorities with the mask of acceptance and compassion and blah, blah, blah. But everything's getting worse and worse. So you had this in 2016 with Trump, right? Everyone thought Hillary was going to be a shoo-in because the last name Clinton, and she was a woman, the first woman president. Ooh, like that's a great thing just because, right? Oh, you have a vagina. It's going to go well then. You want the View running your fucking country? That being said, not that you can't have a good female leader, but we know that old hag would have been a disaster. So good riddance. But that was a big shock. So everyone's like, oh my God, we're still not over this. The patriarchy, a woman lost. It could be the same way. It could be the same way with Michelle Obama. They brought back race. They brought back all this shit. And I'm not saying people are going to vote for her I know people would vote for her because she is a black woman, but there's going to be a lot of people that vote against that because they're tired of it. They're tired of the Obama and the lies and the deception and the racism that the Obama administration and the Democrats have been drumming up for the past like decade or so. More than that. So it might be a big backfire again. I don't know. But again, it depends. It's not about who voted. It's about who counts the votes. Wasn't that Stalin's quote? So it's really not about what's fair. It's about what the results are. And in all honesty, I don't know if it's going to turn out well either way. Because if you see what happened in France, and it'll happen that way in this country, you have, the left riots. If they lose, the left riots if they win. It's like when your team wins. I'm not saying you should do this, but a lot of times when a sports team wins, what happens? Let's say the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. People burn the fucking city down. They riot in the streets and flip cars. It's like, why? But this is what's going to happen. You think if Biden wins, you think the left, you think this Palestine bullshit and all this crap and the Marxism and the communism, you think all that's going to stop? You think all that's going to stop because Biden or Kamala or Big Mike win? Or Newsom or whoever the fuck, if that happens, you think it's gonna go away? No, it's not. No, it's not. It's gonna get worse. And if Trump wins, you think it's just gonna be, it's gonna be better. Hopefully there'll be law and order and shit will be pushed back, but that is gonna be ugly. So anyway, if you're expecting a politician to tell you the truth all the time, you're in the wrong game. But pay attention, make a better decision. Anyone who voted Biden in 2020, you have a chance at redemption in 2024. Put it that way. All right, Swole card time. Swole card time. Thanks for being here, fam. Late night Swole, Swole After Dark. Any closing thoughts you can drop in the comments. Let's give this card away. Are you ready, Beaches? Falcon, take us away. Yadish. Look at these nuts. You like these nuts? I know you like these nuts. That's why you're here, because you love these nuts. CR Wheaties, congratulations. Eat your Wheaties and make some dance. Congratulations on the Humble. Thanks for being here, CR Wheaties. Swole After Dark. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 2986 in the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email. Will send you this Swole card. Fam, look at the tainty boy. Rufus, you sleepies? Can I touch your snarbles? I'm going to touch his snarbles. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Look at this. Look at the size of it. Look at his jumblies. Just a thick beach. Oh, he's adorable. Well, if you think he's adorable, I don't know what you think about this. Oh, he's a cutie. Oh. Hi, Churchy. Hi, Pinks. You sleepies? I know, it's a late show. Swole After Dark. Give a kiss to the fam. Mwah. Cute boy. Ooh, you're looking so fancy. Is Mama home? Where's Mama? Is Mama home? Is Mama home? Where's Mama? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Pinkston Churchill's a girl. She's a sexy little lady. She's a sexy little lady. But she loves kisses. Yo. I'd bite your neck. All right, fam. A little for the puppers. Rufus is up. He's getting antsy. So congratulations, CR Wheaties, for winning today's Swole card. Thank you for being here for, let's see, for today's evening cast. We'll be back tomorrow. And yeah, join the fam over at swolenormousx.com. A little bit of a different flow tonight because of the late night Swole. But good questions. Actually, we got it done. And like I was talking about earlier, the app is in construction and we're working on it hard and it's awesome. So I'm just gonna keep on talking about it every episode. And yes, Lacey's like, stop edging me, but I will continue to edge and edge until it's ready. And then it's just going to be orgasmic. It's going to be awesome. So anyway, join the fam, swolenormousx.com. Check out merch over at papaswolio.com. We got the new magenta, like hot pink, go to the fucking gym merch. Anyway, 20% off everything over there at papaswolio.com. And we'll see you tomorrow for $29.87. Peace, McGee, Stoops, Magoose, your boy Papa Swolio. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock's crashing. Like an IPO trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they can't left and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made, that's a bed that you made, that's a bed that you made, that's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Ay, yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant, on topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no